Yo guys, Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. Hope y'all doing well today. The hype surrounding Marvel's Avengers is absolutely through the roof. If you haven't seen, Marvel's Avengers did tweet that to tune in to Square Enix Presents on March 18th, 10 a.m. Pacific time for a look at what's to come in Marvel's Avengers. The world premiere of the new Life is Strange, but also featuring Outriders, Marvel's Avengers, 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider, blah, 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 blah. But you know what we care about, right? Marvel's Avengers. So the thing about this, it's not, they tweeted it, but the hype on this is blowing up. Multiple employees from Crystal Dynamics are all retweeting this, saying things like, yo, you cannot believe what we have coming. If you're a Marvel fan, you definitely want to tune in. Everyone is going crazy about this. And this one in particular was one that I wanted to highlight from Danny Koo here. So, a lot of people have their speculation as to what is actually going to be revealed on the 18th. My prediction, and you may have already seen in the title what I think it's going to be Spider-Man. It's going to be Spider-Man. And I'll tell you why I think it's going to be Spider-Man. I don't have any actual proof, obviously, but, maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into this, but when you see here, he says, wondering what's coming to Marvel Avengers, watch the sky in 7 days. Hashtag what's next. Okay, now there's some speculation behind this. So when you say watch the sky, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into this. When you say watch the sky, I think that doesn't mean it's going to be Black Panther. I don't think he would have said something like that if it wasn't Black Panther. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this might mean it's the Kree. They're going to show off something with the Kree. That's possible too, but I think the Kree, I think the running theory right now is that we're going to get Black Panther first, and then we're going to get Captain Marvel sometime later on, maybe in the fall. So the speculation is that Captain Marvel will bring the Kree with her, and the Kree may or may not be in Black Panther's Wakanda DLC. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But when I see, what's next, I think, to me, that means, what's actually next? What's the next thing coming out? Again, I might be reading too much into it, but if they're going to announce anything right now, I think it's going to be Spider-Man. I think when you say watch the sky, that could be Spider-Man, right? And a couple things, do support this theory. So we know from Miller, if you don't know who Miller is, you must have been living under a rock. Miller, has said recently that Spider-Man looks pretty much done. I don't know if those were his exact words. I'm kind of, paraphrasing here. But he basically had said, looking at the game files, kind of everything about Spider-Man really just appeared overnight. He's got a ton of, code. He's got a ton of stuff in the data files that make it look like he is ready to come out or going to come out very, very soon. So that would support this. The other thing, and this is something, a couple of things that I've been kind of saying about Spider-Man from the get-go, is that, we never really had, an official date of when Spider-Man was coming out. They said it was going to be early 2021, and then I think they removed the early out of it. But, we had a few leaks that one of them said January, one of them said March. I don't think he's coming out in March. I highly, highly doubt that. But I think it's possible that he's really close to coming out, right? And so two things. One is that we don't, it's highly predicted and believed that he's not going to really be part of the cycle of heroes, right? We know he's really not going to have a story that, ties into the rest of the game, obviously, because he's PlayStation exclusive. His story is going to be a little separate, kind of like a side story that doesn't really follow the main story. So because of that, it's entirely possible that he's going to be like an off-cycle release, right? As of right now, we're getting a character every 3 months. Kate was, 3 months after launch. Hawkeye's 3 months after Kate. It stands to assume that Black Panther will be 3 months from Hawkeye, right? Just going by the current trend. But I don't think that, Spider-Man is going to take up one of those 3 month slots. I think he's going to be inserted separately because of how he has to be, a one console character. The other thing about it, and I've been saying this forever, they're not delaying, Spider-Man, at least any more than they probably already might have. They're not going to get Spider-Man wrong. They paid too much money for the exclusivity rights to be able to do Spider-Man, that they are absolutely giving him the white glove service, and they are absolutely working on him separately from everybody else. We knew when Spider-Man was first announced for the game in general, they had said already that Vince Napoli, the combat director, was spending most of his time working on Spider-Man, making sure that Spider-Man was perfect. While at the same time, Kate Bishop got delayed because she wasn't done yet. So how do you figure that, months before launch of the game, they're telling us that the combat director is spending most of his time on Spider-Man, and then, Kate Bishop gets moved back multiple months because she's not ready yet? Who do you think they were really spending their time perfecting? Do you think they were spending their time perfecting Kate Bishop, or do you think they were spending their time perfecting Spider-Man? I think you already know the answer to that. So based on that, I think he is absolutely, like I said, getting the white glove treatment, and he will be releasing off cycle. So again, this is still just pure speculation, but if I had to take a guess, just reading this tweet, and, maybe this tweet means nothing. Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but why would you say watch the sky in 7 days? That could be, to me, either Spider-Man or the Kree. I don't think it's Black Panther. Could be Spider-Man, could be the Kree. If I had to guess, I think Spider-Man is the most logical choice. Anyway, that's all from me. Let me know how hyped you are in the comments below. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch as well. All those links are in the description. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.